friends, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be recapping Love After Lockup Season 2, Episode 11. She got to go. Clint and Tracy. Clint has been away from his goddess for all of 2 weeks now since they got married. She took off and went on a crack binge, but it has been 5 days since she was re-released because she was arrested again. And all Clint knows at this point is that his goddess is locked up in jail somewhere. He doesn't know what the circumstances surrounding it. All he wants to know is where's my bae at so we can continue on with our fairy tale life. So Clint finally gets a call from a corrections facility, and it is finally Tracy reaching out to him to give him an update on what's been going on and where she's been at. She's like, Clint, they pulled me over. They had the nerve to... Her attitude was like, how dare they? They pulled her over for speeding. Never mind the fact that this girl is rolling around in a stolen rental car. She's been out of jail for all of a week and some change, and she's complaining as if those people inconvenienced her, as if she didn't know that there was things that she was supposed to be doing post-prison state. She said, they got me, Clint, they got me. When they pulled her over, which they do have some dash cam footage of all of this going down, they gave her sobriety test and all of that. She says that once they pulled her over, they determined that she had a parole violation anyway because she didn't show up for whatever meetings or whatever she's supposed to have with her parole officer. Let me just say, if I get a second chance at freedom to be out, I want the whole rundown, the whole list, the outline of everything that I need to do to stay my butt out of jail. Let me know when I need to meet up with this dude, what restrictions is on my parole. Please let me know because I'm not trying to go back in there. But you know, Tracy, I forget we dealing with a crackhead here, so she's not thinking with her right mind. Hell, things are so jacked up with Tracy that she doesn't know if she's going to be going to a halfway house now, if she's going to be going back to parole, but with more restrictions. She doesn't know, to the point where she doesn't even have bail. And Clint's just on the phone like, what do you mean? I can't even bail you out? Like, he is acting like this girl is stuck at the airport or something and she can't get out of the city. Like, he is flabbergasted and tripped out. Like, this girl is not back in jail for valid reasons. So Clint asks Tracy what's going on with the rental car. Where is it? What's going on with it? The rental car people have sent me basically a bill. Like, I am liable. I'm accountable for this car. What's up with it? And Tracy's response is so nonchalant. Like, I mean, can we just, I don't know. I can't really deal with that right now. I don't know. We'll just deal with that later. Like she took off with his Sam's or Costco card. Like, it ain't no big deal. It's a whole stolen car, Tracy. So he blows that topic off just like she did. Like, this is no big deal. He goes on to ask her, like, hey, what's up with us? We still in love? What about a divorce? No divorce, right? And she's like, Clint, what do you mean? Divorce isn't even in my vocabulary. What? And they both just continuing to play crazy. Clint is in a confessional trying to tell us, you know what? That's why, like, God created erasers, because we can just erase things and just start all over. And I'm like, Clint. If this was St. Olaf in the Golden Girls, Clint would be the village idiot, because he is a damn fool. He has already told us that he is not into drugs and he didn't do crack with her and that nothing is special or off about him mentally. So I'm going to just say that he has an extreme personality disorder. He's an idiot. He has got to be out of his mind to keep falling for this BS. At this point, I just look at Tracy like she's just a mass manipulator to keep Clint wrapped around her little finger, because this is a shame. The day after y'all get married, the girl was out of jail for maybe 48 hours, and look where we at. Come on, we just gonna still have to keep poor Clint on the prayer line because he needs some prayers and some guidance. Ooh, child, this was a tough week for Matt and Caitlin. This episode starts off with Matt and his friend Sam out ring shopping. Matt wants to get Caitlin an appropriate ring, and Sam is just more so like, y'all just had a major argument. How can you just go out and buy some jewelry or whatever? Like, you guys don't have all of these problems. Also, I mean, Matt is still pretty fresh out of jail. He feels like things are just moving a little too fast. But anyway, Matt is more so feeling like he is starting to realize a little bit more how much effort that Caitlin is putting into their relationship and setting up a foundation for them. He's starting to appreciate her a little bit more, and his first kind gesture is getting her a really nice engagement ring whenever he can afford it. I don't know when, because he still don't have no job, but God bless him for trying. So in the next scene, we see Caitlyn gets a call from what appears to be a funeral home. It's pretty bad. Caitlyn finds out that her mother has passed. Her aunt called and said that her mom had a headache, went to sleep, and just didn't wake up. Now, the last time we saw Caitlyn's mom, it was not under the best circumstances. Caitlyn's mom wasn't in support of her relationship with Matt because he was a felon. She wasn't having it, so she basically put Caitlyn out. And in the end, Caitlyn decided to choose Matt over her mother. She was trying to bridge a relationship with her, but it was still so rocky because of their past. Caitlyn says that up to about age 3, people say that her mom was a good mom until drugs came into the picture. And from then on, their relationship was already rocky and tumultuous. And then here comes this relationship with Matt that her mom didn't approve of. That put more pressure on their relationship. And of course, Caitlyn is going through it all right now. The emotions, the grief and mourning, losing her mother. And then you have the guilt of knowing the last time you spoke to her wasn't under the best circumstances, and then all the arguing, and they weren't in a place where they had a good relationship. So she is really feeling it. You can say this show and other shows are scripted, and I'm sure there's probably some stuff in there, but this is probably as real as it gets. There is no faking that raw emotion of just having lost a parent. So we all feel very bad for her. She even tells us that in the past 4 years she's lost both her grandparents and her father, and now her mother, it feels like she's just watching people die, and Matt is all she has left. And I'm like, ooh, that's kind of bleak. I mean, we still don't know what we're gonna do with him. We don't know what he's capable of. But I'm also wondering where are her children, because really what it should come down to is I have to be strong and live for my kids. As of right now, they're off camera, and she's just saying that Matt is all she has. With all of the regret she has, and I'm sure it really hurts, and she wishes she could go back in time and change things, what she's ultimately going to have to do is make peace with it by seeking therapy if she has to, or just coming to this place where she says, I know at the end of the day my mother had love for me, and that's what mattered. Can't go back and change the past, but she's gonna have to find some peace in that. And I hope she can find it, because this is truly sad that she's lost all of these people. If there were ever a time to step up, Matt, this is your shot. This is your chance to show what you're capable of. I don't know how hopeful I am there, but because I feel so bad for Caitlyn, I am hoping for the best, that he sticks it out with her and does right by her and helps her to get through this very difficult time, because this is one of the most challenging things that any relationship will face, and they are dealing with it at the very beginning head on. So that's it for Caitlyn and Matt this week. This week, Marcelino is turning the big 4-0, and Brittany's friend Sasha, Sasha and Marcelino then came a long way, because Sasha's parents agreed to let him have his 40th birthday barbecue at her parents' house. Brittany has invited everybody over, Marcelino's friends, her friends, including Amanda, and Amanda brought some other random jail friend, and her name is Amanda too. So it's the Amanda show tonight. So Amanda's going around the party, chatting up everyone. She goes and she starts talking to Marcelino's friend, which, why all Marcelino's friends way older? I mean, I guess that's not a bad thing. I mean, they probably give him a lot of good advice, being older and wiser, who knows. But so she's talking and joking around with Marcelino's friend, and she says something about, I have a lot of good lines myself. Marcelino does too, because he got my girl. And Marcelino says some slick-ish yeah, you ever really had a chance. You don't have what she needs to be fully fulfilled. And I'm like, oh boy, here we go in Marcelino with this misogynistic talk. Amanda's I'm trying to be cool and respectful, but he keeps bringing me there. And Brittany's I want you guys to get along. I want us all to still be able to be friends and be a part of each other's lives. So meanwhile, back outside, Amanda's little former jailbird friend, the other Amanda, we'll call her Amanda Part 2, she's outside kicking the ish with Marcelino as well, and they get to talking. They get on the subject of Amanda's relationship with Brittany. That's Amanda 1 and Brittany. And Marcelino again starts to say stuff like, you know, that was a jail relationship. Like, it's not serious. You can't take it serious. Amanda could never offer Brittany what I could. I'm a man. I could do all of that. And I want to think he's talking about, you know, financially, that he could provide for Brittany more or better than Amanda. But it sounds very much like he means from a romantical Flavor Flav. It sounds like he means more from a romantic, loving way. Like, a woman can't really give another woman what she needs in that way. Only a man could do that. Of course, this sounds awful. Like, it sounds so bad. But Amanda's friend, Amanda 2, she is overstepping her boundaries. She is the guest. She needs to play her role. Come get this free food and drink and chill out. Stay in your lane. So instead, she goes in the house and tries to tell Brittany off about how misogynistic and disrespectful Marcelino is. Little does she know, Brittany already knows this about him, but don't come in her friend's house complaining about it. It's just not her place to do that. All she's doing is upsetting her. Brittany feels as though she needs to remove herself from the situation before she get crunk and click out on this girl. She goes outside with Sasha just so she could calm down. She's telling Sasha everything that happened, and she goes on to tell Sasha, like, I want to click out on her, I want to go off on her, but I'm pregnant. I mean, damn, I thought Brittany had been out of prison for like 2 weeks now. These are some fertile bitches on this show. Oh my goodness, they don't waste any time. So Sasha is shocked, but she accepts it. She says, hey, you know, Bunky, I'm going to go and remove her out of the house because I don't want her upsetting you. You know, you're pregnant, and I want you, this is a special occasion, and I don't want you to be upset. And they go back in the house. Brittany goes and tells Marcelino how she is upset now and that she has to go. Her and she say Amanda. So Amanda 1 and Amanda 2 gotta go. Marcelino's like, hey, no problem. So he goes and tells them that they gotta go because she's upset. You ain't got to go home, but you gotta get up out of here. You gotta go. Marcelino took me all the way back to 1997 tonight. He said Amanda 2 is all up in the Kool-Aid and don't even know the flavor. I haven't heard that since like the 5th grade, and I thought that was only something we said locally down here. I know we don't really like here, but for me that was like a nostalgic funny moment. So few brownie points for your Marcelino this week. So they go and celebrate with the cake and ice cream and all of that, and they have a good evening. Brittany has yet to tell Marcelino that she is pregnant. Not exactly sure what she's waiting for. I guess she's waiting for the right moment. She was gonna do it at the party, I think. I'm not sure, but everything that just happened a few minutes ago just kind of threw things up. And she's like, you know what? That's enough excitement for the night. So I cannot wait to see how Marcelino is gonna react to this news, because as we have seen in previous episodes, he is very nervous and apprehensive about being somebody's father. So can't wait to see that. Scott and Lizzie. Lizzie is out on the town with her daughter Jasmine. They are going dress shopping. But she done told Jasmine that there's no rush. This engagement could be a year or so or whatever. Well, they are not waiting to look at wedding dresses. And Jasmine continues to harp on her mom about this relationship with Scott. She's telling her, hey, you know, you still need to try to be independent and getting on your own 2 feet, doing your own thing. You don't need him. And Lizzie is continuing to rebut that, like, I need him, he has a lot to offer. And Jasmine is just continuing to try to drill it into her head to get her to get away from Scott and do her own thing. And she still doesn't get it through her thick head. Your mama doesn't have anything to stand on right now. She ain't got no job, she ain't got no car, she ain't got no education. Her resume is blank. It says high school, then jail. Ain't nothing on that, B. She has been a career hustler all of these years. She has to stop looking at Scott as only a pimp or a trick. She has to look at him as a stepping stone for her mother. They don't have to stay together forever. They can take their time and figure things out and get to know each other a little bit more. But as it stands, as long as he not beating her ass or being disrespectful to you or her, if he's providing for her, then let her use that stepping stone to get to the next step, to get a job in the meantime. So Lizzie is trying on some dresses, and the first one is beautiful, but she is way too boobylicious. Not that that has ever bothered Lizzie in the past, but still, even for her, this dress was a little too shajavoom. So she tries on another dress, and it is absolutely gorgeous. Even Jasmine is speechless, and she loves it. Lizzie's in the confessional telling us about the vision she has for this wedding. She says that she visualizes a horse-drawn carriage and letting these doves fly in this big, beautiful wedding. And we're all in the audience like, how, Sway? How? Because as far as we know, all that Scott can truly afford right now is a wedding at the Justice of the Peace and a trip to the Golden Corral afterwards for the reception. He ain't got no money. I don't know. In Jasmine's mind, she still has this vision of her mother getting out of jail and them just having this great mother-daughter relationship and just picking off where they left off over 10 years ago. But it's not going to be that way. She's going to have to take a page out of Iyanla Vanzant's book and just meet her where she's at. It's not going to be like that. Unfortunately, because her mother doesn't have a lot to stand on, she has to depend on this man for right now. That's not ideal. But Jasmine, she's young. She's like 19, 20. She may not realize that quite this early. So I'm going to give her a pass for that. But that's the real. She needs to chill out because Scott is all her mom has right now. Next up, we see Scott and Lizzie meet up because he has a big surprise for his girl. He has bought Lizzie a new car with a pretty red bow on it because that's what she said she wanted. You know, we still don't really know what Lizzie's intentions are when it comes to Scott. It can be very confusing because on one hand, she's saying she feels that Scott loves her for her heart and that she's trying to find a man that will not only support her, but someone that she can love them for who they are. But it's hard to believe that when she, expects all of these material things from him, from the first day out, losing her mind, getting all that candy and whatnot. And when they went to the restaurant, buying all, like, she has a lot of material things that she still wants, considering that she's a born again Christian and all of this stuff. It's still not really lining up everything. But, as time goes, we'll get to see like what her true intentions are. Hopefully that'll come to play out on the show for us to see. We will find out when this girl ultimately sees and he tells her that he is broke as a mother sucker. That should make for some good TV. Of course, Lizzie is very excited. She can't believe he got this car. And he's like, look, what else? What else is new? What else is looking good? And she's like, oh, but Scott done got his teeth fixed. I mean, they are very white dentures with a little overbite action, but still, that looks a hell of a lot better than what he had. And she is very impressed. She could actually look at him without squinching her eyes and just kiss him. It seems a lot more natural this time around. So it looks good. I wonder, does WeTV have like a dental budget? Because if you notice, Matt got his teeth straight on this episode too. I wonder if WeTV is just like, that's the least we could do for y'all. Let's help you out in the teeth department. So that looked a lot better. So Scott is still out here taking out loans galore to fund this lifestyle that he can't really afford. I don't know how he's still doing it at this point. I need to know the info because I need a new camera. How can I get these loans, Scott? Whoa. So Lizzie goes on to say that she hasn't had a driver's license in over 10 years, that it has been revoked because of DUIs and other offenses. She don't even know how to drive. We don't know how much work and money and everything it would take to get that straight, but yet she has a car, but she got it now. Last up, we have Megan, Michael, and Sarah, our favorite threesome. We're catching up with Megan after Niagara Falls. Her and Michael are back to their just texting throughout the day relationship, no real phone calls. Megan is getting fed up. She's like, look, it's time to meet his family, get this ball rolling. I want to meet the little girl to see where we are headed. She has talked to her father and told him everything about this past weekend, from, the Niagara Falls to everything that happened with his parole officer and him having to leave suddenly. And her father was being real with her, like, hey, this is what you asked for. This is what it is. What else did you expect? And she's like, Dad, like, whatever. I'm in love, Dad, whatever. And so I don't feel bad for Megan either. Even after she done the done for the first time with this boy and she's about to get played, I don't feel bad for her. She's too old for that. She's making moves that 18, 19, 20-year-old would be making. You putting all your faith and trust into this dude that you never knew outside of prison. I know it's going to sound ridiculous, but she's living based off of the honeymoon period, except jail is involved. And I just mean, obviously people can tell you anything that they think you want to hear from jail. Like, you don't expect anything from them because they in jail, but they need everything from you. They're going to tell you everything that you need to hear. He hasn't proven himself worthy of all the love and effort that you are putting into him. So what are you doing? So if you're putting all of this into him and you're not even getting half the effort back, what do you expect? She's going to have to fall on her ass. That's just it. So anyway, she finally catches up with Michael on the phone. She tells him she wants to come up there and meet his daughter and just spend some time. And he's like, I mean, when you think about coming up here? Because his mom and his sister are coming up for a visit. And Megan like, oh, perfect. That way I could meet them officially too. This is going to work out just fine. And Michael's like, okay. I guess he don't have no choice to accept it because Megan is determined she is coming up there. So come to find out, Michael's parole officer really did reach out to Sarah. And that was because he either missed a meeting or he didn't check in. He basically didn't follow the rules, so they put tighter restrictions on him. So all he got to do is do what the people say and should be no more issues. Again, I don't understand how you playing with these people. You got a second chance at freedom and you're still not following the rules. Do you want to go back to jail? I don't know about you, but I like good food and I like to come and go as I please. So I will be doing everything in my power to stay my black ass out of jail. So back in New York, Michael is meeting up with his mother and sister and his wife Sarah and his little girl Aviana. They're going out to the park to enjoy some family time together. And Michael's mom, who previously in another episode just said she would rather just stay out of it, this whole love triangle, she doesn't support it, but that's his thing. In this episode, she pulls him aside to talk to him and give him the real. His mom is basically like, I don't know about all these other women and what they're capable of and what they're about, but what I do know is that Sarah has done her part. She's done her thing. She has shown and proven herself to be a good wife and mother thus far. When you was in jail, she was holding you down, make sure you was fed. She made sure you were straight when you got out of jail. She been taking care of your daughter. She has done her part. She has proven and shown what she's capable of. And now it's time for you to give her that same respect. She finally tells Michael, like, look, I do think that Sarah is the one, that's where you should put your energy at. It's time to put these childish things away and step it up and be a father and be a good husband, because she has been down for you this whole time. She feels that he shouldn't gamble on his wife and child for this other relationship over here that may or may not work. Because if you think about it, again, him and Megan are still in this honeymoon period. They haven't spent a substantial amount of time together the way that Michael and Sarah have. Like, Megan and Michael are still just all giddy in lust with each other. They haven't been through some real stuff together just yet. So it seems like Michael is going to take his mom's advice. He tells her, I'm going to end it with Megan. So Megan is all bucked up, excited at the airport to see her babe. She talking about, I got a one-way ticket, so it don't matter when I come back. And I'm like, what kind of job do you have? Can you get me on? I'm trying to work there. Well, I'm just like, I don't know when I'm going back. Anyway, she's all giddy. She's coming in. She has no idea what's about to go down. And hell, we don't either, because Michael could be saying one thing and he does another, because he has proved to be a very sneaky, shady character thus far. So he's still saying he's gonna do the right thing, listen to his mama, and end things with Megan. He could totally flip the script on us in the next episode. I really hope the next episode is finally gonna be this face-to-face with Megan and Sarah, because they definitely should meet. If Megan is gonna be in their life, she definitely would need to meet with Sarah anyway before meeting the little girl. That is definitely going to be a juicy encounter when we do see it, because they keep teasing us. So that's it for Love After Lockup this week. Thank you guys again for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope you guys have an awesome week. Bye.